Ta-da! Well, good morning. This is officially day one of my surgery, so I guess from what I've seen on other videos, they don't count the first day. That's like your surgery day. So this is day one, still feeling pretty good. Everything's like a little tiny bit more tender. My nose is totally fine, but like where I have to sit, so excited to get out of bed, and I have a really tall bed here. It just feels tender, but I would compare it to if you worked out really hard and your muscles were really sore and you have to like sit on them or you touch them and they kind of feel bruised because they're just so sore. That's kind of what it feels like, because I took some of the fat from right underneath my butt cheeks. So it's just like on two localized spots that you feel the soreness, but it's not that bad. I mean, working out and feeling sore, I mean, we whine about it, but it's not the end of the world. So I have definitely made sure that I've been taking my medicine every 4 hours, because right before that 4th hour, I definitely start to feel that little bit of tenderness everywhere, which is not bad. Your body kind of needs that a little bit just so it can realize where it needs to really focus on the healing. So always feeling numb isn't the best thing, but at the same time, first couple days, I'm gonna take it. So I'll definitely be taking the pain pills every 4 hours. So since I'm not supposed to wash my face, because I can't get the cast wet, I got a baby wipe, and I'm probably just gonna like go around my eyes because they're feeling a little like crusty and stuff. So I'm just gonna like wipe around everywhere I can with my baby wipe, and then next to my nightstand, I kept my Gatorade. I drank it throughout the night. Oh, my little invention that I made last night that I showed you guys with the 2 panty liners, and then I left the plastic. That was a very good call. I actually looked at it today. I still left them on, so I'll probably be leaving them on as long as the other padding is there, or as long as they hold on. I might have to get some wider tape to really get them on there, but I noticed that it did leak through again, so it wasn't done leaking. So I did see a couple spots on each side that it would have leaked through onto the towel. So I'm kind of glad that I got that, so that way my pants aren't getting gross and like the bed wasn't in danger. Also, it was a good call to wear this overnight because you can see it was leaking. I'll probably go eat breakfast and get this all cleaned up. I'll take you guys with me to do that. This is nothing so far. Walk in the park, it's a bit more swollen. You can see that my eyes like starting to kind of want to like halfway swell shut, but nothing at all. I wish I would have really known that before, but I kind of knew. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't hurt, but they always talked like they were so exhausted and so rough and everything, and I'm like, and so I was like, well, to some extent it must be a little bad, but this is, for me personally, like nothing. So and like even looking in the mirror is like not that scary to me, and I'm not like freaking out. So I'm just like, I already know that this is part of the healing process, and that's it. So nausea has also been gone since last night. Pretty sure it was just the anesthesia. The pain pills have not been making me nauseous. Now I know hydrocodone is my friend, but Percocet is not, so I will never be taking the Percocet. Well, just wiped off my face a little bit. It's about all I did, just because I needed to come down and eat some breakfast. Right when I woke up, I did have some saltine crackers. Those things are a lifesaver because I've been eating those with my pain medicine, and it makes it so it's not hard on my stomach. I ate like 4 or 5 saltines they're not really saltines. I'll show you guys what type of cracker I'm using because they're like butterier and they taste better. So I like those. I went through a whole thing of them already. Well, not a whole box, but like the whole little bag. So I already had some of those, and then my pain pill right when I woke up. So I'm eating some toast. I only had one, or usually I have a couple of these, but I wasn't sure how my appetite would be. So I'm feeling pretty hungry. I think my appetite's fully back to normal, but we'll see how I'm feeling after this one. But yeah, it's just scrambled eggs and some buttered English muffin. So that's it. Oh, I forgot. My throat keeps my throat's not sore anymore, but I keep getting like a bit of congestion, probably from like a little bit of drainage or whatever, but doesn't feel sore anymore from the breathing tube. Yesterday was a little sore, but I forgot to mention last night I was actually able to breathe through my nose probably like half the night, and I thought that it'd be a lot harder to sleep laying on my back. I was really worried about that because I usually I'm just smothered into my pillow, like face down, sideways, tossing and turning all over the place. But because of the pain medicine, I was just like falling asleep, sitting up on the couch, no problem. When I lay down in bed, you just need like 2 pillows. Your head barely has to be elevated. You don't have to be completely sitting up. But I slept like that, no problem. It was just so easy to sleep. But I was able to breathe through my nose for probably about half of it, and then other times I was breathing through my mouth. And then whenever I felt like my mouth was getting dry, I just reached over to the nightstand and sprayed my mouth with that stuff that I showed you guys. I already forgot what it's called. And that one's like a minty taste. I don't know, I just sprayed it a few times and rubbed it around so my mouth wasn't dry anymore. That really helps. So I would definitely recommend that. Just like right now I'm breathing through my mouth because my nose is starting to feel stuffy again. So I'll probably, as soon as I'm done eating, which I'm taking my sweet time because I don't know why, I'll just probably go through the cleaning process again, because I think they want you to do that like a couple times a day or something like that. I need to go over the papers again. Eating isn't uncomfortable, like opening my mouth. I haven't noticed anything with like laughing or smiling. There's just like no discomfort. I haven't tried to smile really big either. I try to smile like a little bit, but just not because it hurts. It's just like I'm trying to be cautious and not disturb my stitches too much. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with my day. I keep forgetting that I even had anything done until I look in the mirror. Now it finally feels like a vacation, because last week I was just stressed out about the upcoming surgery, and it was just like a lot of stress, a lot of anticipation. I just felt like I couldn't relax, and there was so much to get done. And now that the day's already passed, it's like now I just get to relax and just heal, I guess, So I'm excited to see the results, but the bruises are just probably going to get worse up until tomorrow, and then they'll start to go away, I think, after that, but we'll see. So I'll probably maybe set up some video games or something like that. Maybe watch some TV, watch some YouTube, just very lazy stuff. I'll probably just be sitting around all day. I don't think I'll be leaving the house at all or anything like that. Maybe in a couple days I'll start to consider that, but as long as these bruises are like this, I don't think I'll be going to many places, because as soon as you get your nose done, you're not supposed to wear sunglasses, or I think while you have your cast on, you might be able to wear glasses if you have a prescription or something like that, because they can rest on the cast, but I'm not positive on that. I don't wear glasses anyway, but I know that definitely after you take your cast off, you cannot wear sunglasses for 6 weeks, and you don't want to get any sun on your stitches because it'll turn the incision site red, and it will stay that way a lot longer, so it'll be more noticeable. So pretty much staying out of the sunlight is a good idea, which isn't too much of a problem for me. I'm pretty pale, like I never go out in the sun, it seems like, but once in a while I do, So I'm planning on buying this visor type thing. It does not sit on your nose. It's kind of like a headband, and it covers your whole face. I think I saw it on a music video somewhere, but I don't know if I'll actually go in public wearing that. But if I'm going in a car, driving, and the sun's in my face, I think it'll be helpful, at least to wear in the car, just so I'm not like blinding myself. And if I'm looking like this and I have to go somewhere, I'd rather wear that and look like a freak that way than have people staring at me looking like this. So I saw them on Amazon, and they're actually super cheap. They're like $13, and they're primes, so they deliver in 2 days. So it's definitely no loss, even if I tried it on and thought it was hideous and didn't wear it. So I'll probably be ordering that here in a little bit, and when I get it, I'll have to show it to you guys because it's going to be pretty funny. It's a little bit after 5 p.m. About a half hour ago, I just took my pain pills again, and I had almost forgot on the first day after surgery, so not the day of the surgery, they said I could wait until the next day to take my antibiotics, because if you're kind of feeling uneasy, the antibiotics can make that maybe worse, I guess, which doesn't surprise me. Antibiotics kind of suck. So I took that also with my pain pill. That I only need to take twice a day. So later tonight, I'll take the antibiotics again, and I'll just keep taking those until they're gone twice a day. Also, it's been a half hour. Along with the antibiotics and the pain pill, I ate a little peanut butter and jelly toast just to make sure that I had something in my stomach, because it had been a little bit since I ate my breakfast. Sometimes, it might have only been an hour or something, but I just don't like to risk it, because just any kind of pain medication or any kind of pill on an empty stomach is just asking for trouble, at least for me. So now I had a couple crackers, even though I just ate that like a half hour ago, and I took my bromelain. So took one of those. Those are only once a day. That's just the homeopathic pineapple extract, so it helps with inflammation, and as you can tell, it is getting pretty swollen. I haven't been putting ice on it, which I need to get going on that, so as soon as I sit back down, I'm gonna do the 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. I sound a little bit more stuffy right now, and I'm about to do my Saline Rinse just to see if it'll kind of open things up again. I can also spray the Afrin. This is still the gauze from last night. I'm sure after I do the saline, it'll kind of get things running again. So I'll put a clean one on, and I'll wait until the end of the night to clean my stitches again. But I will be applying a little bit of bacitracin on the stitches just to keep them moist. That I think I'm supposed to do like 3 to 4 times a day or something, just to constantly keep them from drying out. The Arnica Montana, I'm pretty sure I've shown this to you guys already. It's just, it looks like a little chapstick, and you just put it upside down where this clear part is where the little tiny ball things drop off. You just twist it and until you drop 5 of them, and then you let them dissolve under your tongue. They taste pretty much like sugar. And I'll also be applying a little bit more arnica gel around my eyes, see if that helps at all. So I'm gonna take this off and probably just spray out my nose. I'm gonna try to snort it back. I don't know, last time I was not very successful at snorting it back to be able to spit it out, but we'll see how I do this time. Also, I don't know if I'm just starting to get used to the pain pills. I'm starting to feel a little bit more right before my next pain pill is due. Man, it's stuck on good. Oh my gosh. Stuck it on really good. Ouch. Probably because I slept on it. So right before my pain pills due, probably about like the 3rd hour in, I have been kind of feeling a little bit more sensitivity, a little bit more pressure. Still not anything to like cry about or anything like that. It's very minimal discomfort, and that's like really dried on right now. Just, I can kind of tell, you know, like it's not being able to feel anything anymore. So I'm sure it'll start to do that more and more as my body gets used to the pain medicine, but I am allowed to take 1 to 2 pain pills every 4 to 6 hours, and I've only been taking 1 every 4 hours. In worst case scenario, I can always take a little bit more, or I could take a Tylenol. Let me see what's going on here. This side's kind of stuck, so I'm gonna look in the mirror. I'm gonna put a little bit of water on it because it's stuck right where the stitches are. Okay, so I just wet the gauze. I'm gonna let that sit for just a second to hopefully moisten up what it's stuck to. We'll give it a minute. Yeah, I just got the whole gauze wet because I was trying to drip some water on it, but that wasn't working too well. Well, it's just like a little, I think it's a little dried up piece of blood, but it's stuck to one of the stitches and I really don't want to pull it out. So maybe let me put a little bit more water on it. Okay, got it. I think the piece is still kind of stuck on there, but I finally got it unattached from the gauze. And there's some peanut butter and jelly stuck to the bottom of it because I tried to eat and it was hanging over my mouth, so. I've had a water bottle next to me at all times. This is once again Gatorade that I'm still drinking. I've been drinking quite a bit, which is good. You definitely want to keep hydrated because my mouth is constantly getting dry because I keep breathing through it since I keep getting a little stuffy. So now I think, I'm sorry, I have like things stuck all over my mouth. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like a gross person right now. Like my hair's a mess, everything, but I guess it's the least of my problems right now. So still not doing very good at the whole like, I'm probably just not spraying enough because I'm like scared of it or something, but at least it's moistening up the inside of my nose. It's just not really like flowing through like I should be doing. I'm wondering if I should wipe up around there a little bit again. Makes me want to blow my nose so bad. I might do one more spray just because I did a pretty bad job at spraying it in general. Well, this time I think I felt a drop go down the back of my throat, but still no luck in the whole coughing it out thing. I don't want to do the full thorough cleaning that I did because I think I'll do that tonight. I'll just let it soak for a few minutes, maybe like 5 minutes. And then while that's soaking, I think I will apply some arnica gel around my eyes. So just do a little tiny dab on there. This side is super swollen. I've just been applying it anywhere that it's purple and bruised. And it doesn't hurt to like rub on it or anything. So now this side, the bruised area, I mean, it's definitely more elevated than the rest. So you can tell that they're just swollen. This one's a lot darker, but once again, doesn't hurt to apply this. I can barely feel it, honestly. But yeah, right there, the fumes from the arnica, it feels like they get in my eye. Applying it a bit to the eyelid. It's mainly on like the inside corners of my eyes that it's pretty bruised, if you can tell. And try to avoid the cast. I mean, I don't think I'll be getting too close, but the fumes are getting in my eye. But you just don't want to mess with the cast too much because you don't want it to start lifting. Like everybody always says, it looks worse than it feels, and that's absolutely true. So I think the Q-tips are probably soaked enough. Now I can just grab them, and the part that's nice and soaked in hydrogen peroxide I can use to like clean anywhere that is a little messy. So like this side right here, I just want to kind of clean it up before I put another gauze on, which I might try to leave it off and see if it will maybe stop dripping. I'll use the Saline Spray and then then just see what happens. Might let it breathe a little bit, and if it starts dripping, I'll just put some gauze back on. So right here, I'm not really going to be messing with my stitches. I'm just kind of trying to clean up around the area of where it's kind of dried up, where it was dripping through the night. There's just some like little hard spots, dried up blood pretty much. And this does not hurt either. And it's not too messy this time. Just kind of going over anything that might have leaked or whatever throughout the night. Just kind of try to keep it clean. Feels pretty numb still, like the nostrils. So it just kind of feels like, it almost feels weird. So I think that's probably good enough for now. Don't want to get too into it. I made a basket. It's like a box full of all the gauzes, all the medications, just so I have everything in one place, and I have it next to my bed or wherever I'm at. So like when I do my medications, it's all just in one spot, so I'm not going crazy looking for it, or if anybody needs to help me, they know where to find it. So I have the Saline Spray. So this is the bottle that's like half empty. It like feels like I'm squeezing it forever before anything comes out. But let's see. I swear they sold me an empty bottle. It's so weird. I mean, it was sealed when I opened it, so guess it wasn't, but it's just like, I just don't see how you can get it out. I have to like use both hands to squeeze it, and it's still not a lot of liquid. So I definitely have some tissues ready because it does drip out. I just don't know that I'm doing anything. So the only thing that's left is just the bacitracin back on the stitches and inside the nostril. You can tell how easy it would be to get the cotton stuck to the stitches because they are a bit prickly. I need another drink of water. Because I breathe through my mouth so much, it just gets my mouth so dry, which definitely is reminding me to stay well hydrated because I'm constantly taking sips of Gatorade or water or whatever. So then, got another little pea-size amount. This one's going to go on the inside of the other nostril. Kind of gross, but the Q-tips come out a little bloody. Obviously, that's normal. There's a lot going on in there, and obviously I've been dripping a little bit of a bloody substance, you know, all of last night, all of yesterday. So obviously it's going to be doing that for a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the cold compresses and probably just let my nose breathe. I mean, I can breathe through it a little bit right now. Sometimes it's just more comfortable to breathe through my mouth just because there's times that you breathe in and it, inside your nose feels kind of like sore almost. I don't know if it's from like dryness. I think some people have said that it kind of feels like water run up your nose. I guess it'd be similar to that, but not like that. Like that really bothers me. I hate that feeling. But it kind of, I guess maybe a little bit. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep drinking water to make sure that my throat stays a little more moisturized because I think that's part of what's being uncomfortable right now. I'll keep you guys posted. The bandages on my legs are still, you know, just sitting there. There's not much I'm supposed to do with them. I'm pretty sure the surgeon said not to bother them, and I did put those covers. The only thing is when I walk, it sounds like I'm wearing a diaper because there's the plastic over the outside of them, which is great because that way they don't leak through. But it just kind of sounds like that plasticky sound, like it sounds funny. But anyway, nothing too uncomfortable. We'll see what the end of the day brings. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, so it is midnight. I finally got up to eat a little bit more food and take my other antibiotic. A little bit ago I took my pain pill. So I fell asleep on the couch earlier. I think it was after you guys last saw me, I did my nasal rinse. Right after that, trying to get the liquid to go to the back of my throat, it just kind of made it uncomfortable. And I told you guys that it was kind of feeling like I had water go up my nose, which I've heard that that's what happens, and that's pretty much what it felt like, and it just kind of got a little bit worse after, so it was just starting to give me a headache when I would breathe, because there's that part that connects your airway to your throat from your nose. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like it felt super itchy and kind of like irritated, and then I just started to get a headache, so I laid down and fell asleep. And once I woke up, I was totally fine. But that was probably like the most annoying part of the day, was just that. Other than that, it wasn't really anything too extreme. I was feeling a little bit more tenderness on my nose and on my legs, but it's still nothing that's like really bad. It's just a little bit tender. Also, on this shoulder, they gave me my shot. I guess it's called Phenigrin or something. I haven't like rubbed it off, but there's like a little scab thing. You can see it. That needle was freaking huge. Either way, so it almost feels like a tetanus shot. Not quite as sore, but kind of sore like that if you guys have had one of those. But yeah, so like I'm a little stiff because I fell from falling asleep on the couch. I have like a kink in my neck. I tried to eat some food. I was eating a little bit of pizza, but it just tastes like really salty to me right now. I don't know if it's actually salty or if my taste buds are just overreacting, but Just been drinking a lot of Gatorade. So now, because I feel like I could use a little bit more nutrition than whatever I've ate today. I mean, I've had a little bit, but I don't think it's enough. I'm going to have one of those shakes again, just to make sure I get a little bit more vitamins or whatever, and just keep drinking my fluids. Right before I go to sleep, I'll probably reapply some ointment, maybe clean up my nose a little bit more, like I did yesterday with the hydrogen peroxide. And yeah, that's about it. If I do that, I'll bring you guys in there with me and we'll do it together again. Yeah, I don't know if it's noticeable on camera, but I feel like after I fell asleep and woke up, like the inside corners of my eyes swelled up a little bit more, but I already knew that the swelling does get a little bit worse for, I think, like the first 3 days, and then it starts to go down. So nothing to be too concerned about, you know, just looking all crazy. But I mean, it really makes my eyes pop, don't you think? Just like having this, it's like eyeshadow on the wrong side of your eye. I don't know. I'm just kidding with you guys. But so yeah, over here, I mean, that bruise is, you know, still there. It just looks like I got socked in the side of the face. And then this one's the one that's like really dark around my eye. But it's not, my nose hasn't been leaking as much, but I did, when I rinsed it out last time, I tried to leave it off, and I probably had it off for about an hour, but as soon as I started to feel sleepy and tired, I could feel it starting to drip. So I decided to put it on because I didn't want to be draining while I was sleeping. And that also gets annoying when it's like dripping because it starts to like itch, but it's like, and there's nothing you can do about it because it's like you can't itch your nose because you've got stitches there. So it just like tickles almost. It doesn't so it's not really itchy. It's like more like it's tickling because it's like dripping down. Kind of annoying, I guess. And then maybe I'll show you guys what my legs are looking like. There are a couple bruises on the back. It's a little bit high on my butt cheeks, so hopefully it doesn't like, it's not showing too much. I'm wearing underwear, but like I'll show you guys in case that there's any bruises around the area or anything that you guys can see. The little contraption that I made and stuck on there is still on there, but it's peeling up. Yeah, you can see that it's like peeling up, but the plastic really helped because you can see right here that plastic kept it in there. I don't know if you can see like any bruises. And once again, you can see the couple of spots where it did drain out. But once again, this stopped it. So these ones haven't leaked. This one a little bit, looks a little bit dirty right here. So I might have a little bit. So I'm all set up to do my final cleaning of everything for the night. I have my hydrogen peroxide with my Q-tips soaking, and then I have my bacitracin ointment that I'm going to use. I have my saline, and I'll be putting some more arnica gel around the bruising. Also have some gauze and tape in case I want to switch this out, which I probably will just because it did leak a little bit, but not bad. See, it's pretty clean from the time before. You can tell it's slowed down quite a bit. Not bad at all. Now, in this lighting, you can get a pretty good look of the swelling that I have. I mean, in this inner corner, it's pretty swollen, but it's just crazy to think that it looks like so bruised, but does not hurt at all. It's the craziest thing. Of course, I'm sure the pain meds have a lot to do with that, but I am just so grateful that the pain meds this time don't cause me any nausea. I don't even get the like itchy skin or anything that they told me about. I haven't had any weird side effects so far from any of it, so except for sleepiness, but I'm totally fine with that because I really like being able to sleep through most of the day while I'm recovering for the first few days because there's not much I'm going to be able to do looking like this anyway. So the nostrils are looking a lot better. I feel like I'm just kind of wiping off the ointment from earlier. It doesn't really seem like there's much else. Oh, see how it's snagging the cotton? You gotta watch out for that. On the inside of the nostril, like it's just a tiny bit more sensitive, not bad, but like a little bit more sensitive than the outside. And it feels like it kind of snags a little too. Much cleaner than yesterday, that's for sure, which obviously, because, you know, I've already cleaned it since the first day of the surgery. Also, it's been kind of like itchy everywhere that there's like tape on me. I've just wanted to like itch under the tape so bad. Like underneath the cast, it was itching earlier and I just kind of had to like tap on it lightly, which didn't hurt. Of course, I'm not gonna like try to like scratch at it, but the cast is really hard. You're not gonna be able to scratch through it, but I was just like kind of tapping over the itch, but now it's like the tip of my nose that's kind of itching. Like, cause if you ever have like a sticker on you or something, like your skin's just trying to breathe, and anyway, so it was kind of irritating, but. And like I mentioned yesterday, Dr. Mobley has videos of how to do this on his website and on YouTube. It's, I think, under Webley, I don't even know, Mobley MD. Here's those Q-tips, definitely a lot cleaner than yesterday. Okay, so now we're gonna do the saline spray, and I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that it does not make it feel like I had water go up my nose again, because I did not like that. That was the only like really uncomfortable thing, and it just started to give me a headache earlier. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, because I mean, if that's like the most uncomfortable thing, obviously that's not that big of a deal, but it just still kind of sucked. so pretty much instead of dripping out of my mouth, it's like dripping back out my nose. I did feel a couple drops go down the back of my throat. Oh, I had a little bit of debris fall out on that one, just a tiny bit. You're not supposed to blow your nose, but I keep wanting to. I'm like, I feel like there's just something blocking it. Now I'm gonna put some of the basic tracing on these stitches without getting the cotton stuck on the stitches, because I mean, you can see how the Q-tip just does that. I don't know if there's a certain brand of Q-tips that will do that less. And I don't know what they use on the middle, because it doesn't look, the stitches don't look the same. It looks a lot more skin colored. I'll definitely have to put another drain pad for tonight. I feel like it's gonna drain a little bit more since I messed with it. Yeah, on this side feels a little bit tender around the edge, but not bad. The middle feels kind of numb. So like once I get to that part, like right here, it's like I can tell that I'm touching it, but it feels numb. So probably part of the reason that it doesn't hurt, you know? The only thing left is the arnica gel around the eyes. Hopefully it's helping. And I can already feel my nose wanting to start to drip, so definitely will be sleeping with the gauze on it again tonight, which I don't mind at all. The pain medicine makes it so you can sleep like a baby, which is surprising. I was a little concerned that I'd have trouble like sleeping face up, because I'm always like face down in my pillow, but you sleep however you lay, like, and it is not uncomfortable, except I do have a horrible kink in my neck from sleeping on the couch, but I wasn't uncomfortable while I was sleeping. I was feeling just fine. It's just when I got up and started to move around that I realized it. So yeah, ta-da! And this is how I will go to sleep. I think for the rest of the night I'll just probably be watching some movies, stay up till my next pain pill is due, which will be about 2 a.m. and then probably call it a night and get some sleep, set my alarm for the next pain pill. Make sure you always have an alarm for your pain medicine. The last thing that you want is to wake up and realize that you're hurting and that you need to wait for the pain pill to kick in. That would not be fun. I'm not sure how bad this actually would even hurt without the pain medicine, but I definitely don't want to find out. I've made that mistake with teeth issues, and like when I've had teeth pulled or anything like that, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't hurt, I can totally handle it, because when you're taking your pain meds, like, you feel very brave and you feel like, oh, this doesn't hurt at all. Like all day today I've been like walking around doing things and I'm like, it doesn't hurt at all, this is great. So you start to feel like you don't need the pain medicine, but for something like this, I would say, at least for me, the first 2 to 3 days, I'm for sure going to be taking my pain meds very regularly. After that, we'll see. I'm not even sure at what point I'll be running out. It seems like the bottle didn't have that many, but I am able to take Tylenol, like over-the-counter Tylenol as well. So if I do run out of my hydrocodone after the first few days, and I feel like I need anything, I'll just start to take Tylenol, because I don't know if they give you another refill. The bottle says no refills, so I'm sure that it's probably because the pain, like, you don't really need it. So yeah, you guys have a good night, and I will catch up with you in the morning.